I decided to like clean the toilet. So I like get this like toilet bowl, like the soap stuff and the brush, and I'm scrubbing, and the poopy cleaning bowl water splashes at my face. Guess who's back with another roommate story time video. So I like was holding off on like telling the story just because this guy, this roommate that I'm about to talk about, not roommates anymore, but that I'm about to talk about, was following me on Instagram, and I always like to like promote my videos on Instagram, but he like unfollowed me, and I don't really give a shit, so I'm just gonna post it anyways. My like first like ever story time on this channel, I was talking about this like other roommate who was disgusting and like would freeload and stuff. And if you haven't seen that, I'll have it linked below and go watch it. But this, in the same apartment complex where I had like the psycho roommate, I had this other roommate who, once psycho got kicked out, this guy moved in, and it was like a unisex. I like said yes to unisex because like my other roommate was gay, so, and he was living on the other side with Jessica, if I got names right. Yes to unisex because I don't really like care. And this guy that I'm about to tell a story about was Jessica's friend, and they were like friends for like church or something, and so since they were friends, like we assumed it was gonna be fine and we weren't gonna have an issue with it, but I had an issue with it. So like I wrote a little list down here on the side, so if I keep looking, that's because I don't want to get sidetracked, because I have a brain the size of a squirrel's and I get distracted really easily. So I wrote like some things down to keep me on track. I don't even know where to start with this guy. So when he first moved in, like I was excited because he seemed really nice, and I thought like it was gonna be like a good situation and I wouldn't have to like deal, like I just got psycho out of the room and I didn't want to deal with anything bad, so like it seemed like this was going to be a good situation, and I was wrong and I was proven wrong. But so he moved in. The whole main thing of this is that this guy is like a compulsive liar and lied about literally everything. So he was coming from California and he like flew in like a couple days earlier before he was supposed to get his keys or whatever. And so we like let him in again. My mistake. I should have just locked the door. I did the same shit with Psycho. Should I give him a name? Let's give him a name, John. So John. So John comes like a couple days earlier, and I let him like into the room because again it was like joint room and we only had like a wall divider, and it was like furnished already, so he already had his furniture there. So John comes in and it seems like it was going to be a good situation, and it went on for weeks where like he couldn't like get his check deposited or something, and so they wouldn't give him keys, and he still wasn't supposed to be living there, but I guess I was just gullible and didn't know that. There was one time where he like dangled keys in front of me and was like, oh, I got my keys, and I was like, oh yay, and he was home and I left. So like when I left, since he was home, I wasn't gonna like shut the door and lock it because he was home, and I saw that he had his keys, so I was like, okay, just like lock it when you leave. And then I found out that those were like somebody else's keys, and he was just using it to try to trick us, saying that like he got his keys, so we kept like letting him stay there. And I guess like the management saw him like through the cameras and was like, he's not even supposed to be like moved in yet. And so like they came up to our apartment a couple times when I was gone, but this one time they came up to our apartment, knocked on the door, and John went and tried to like hide. He was trying to hide like on my side of the room, and I was like, what are you doing? He's like, just don't let them in. And I was like, I'm not about to get in trouble because of you. And so I let them in, and the lady like explained to me how like he wasn't supposed to be living there, he doesn't have keys and all this stuff. And so I don't know, a big issue. She forced him to move out, and then he was like, okay, I'll pack up my stuff. And then I like had leave to go to class. I get back and all of his stuff is like underneath my sink and like on my side of the room, so it made it seem like he moved all the stuff out, but he literally just hid it from the management so then he could like stay back. And I was like, no, you're gonna get your stuff out of my room right now or we're gonna have a problem. And so like I like physically took his stuff and I like put it out because I was like, I'm not dealing with this, and I'm not like getting in trouble because of you. And so that was a big issue. And then he also like freeloaded on our couch for a little bit, which was also really annoying. That's like a big story, but within the time that he was living in the room, he was gross. So like, I just have an issue with like dirty bathrooms, which I explained in the other roommate video how I hate that, and like how Psycho pooped on the floor. Well, this guy, he must eat like complete garbage for every meal, because he would have like splatter shits and the whole toilet bowl would be full with like poop. And so I didn't want to sit on the toilet bowl, like sit on the toilet when there's like just poop everywhere. And so like that was really gross, and I physically went to the store, paid my own money to get like a toilet brush, so like he would see that I bought that, and so maybe after he took like an explosive shit that he could go and like clean it out. But yeah, he didn't, and so like I would spend time like scrubbing the toilet to try to get this like shit out. There was this one time, this is disgusting, I was supposed to be going to Spaghetti Factory, which by the way, if you don't know me, that is my favorite restaurant ever. But I was supposed to be going to Spaghetti Factory with my friends, and while I was waiting for them to come pick me up, because we were living in downtown, and so like I didn't have a car or anything because it's like super expensive to park downtown. So I was waiting for my friends to come pick me up, and I decided to like clean the toilet. So I like get this like toilet bowl, like the soap stuff and the brush, and I'm scrubbing, and the poopy cleaning bowl water splashes at my face. Like I had a splash like hit me at the face, and I was like, oh no, and I like literally thought it went in my eye. So I was like panicking. I was like, I'm gonna get pink eye because of his explosive shits, and I like am in the bathroom trying to like wipe the water out of my eye. Oh my god, it was horrifying, awful. I like washed my face, but that was just horrifying for me, and I didn't want to deal with that. That's a fun story. He didn't have a job while he was living down here, and he would say that he had all these like high-end jobs, and he was a videographer for all these like companies, and everybody wanted to hire him, which was all false. And he told us that he had a job at this like one place, I'm not gonna say the name of it, but by this time that he told us that he had this job, the main reason we wanted him to have a job was so he could like pay rent and actually move in, and we didn't have to like deal with him freeloading and like us getting possibly in trouble. And so he told us he finally got this job, and he was gonna get his first paycheck in 2 weeks or whatever. And this was towards the end of the time that he was gonna be with us, and we like knew not to believe him. And so our friend, I don't want to make up a name. Our friend, he decided he was gonna call the like place and act like an employer and say like, hi, we just got an application from this guy that said like he just got a job with you. We just want to know if you have any background on him or whatever. And they're like, we don't even know anybody with that name, and they don't work for us. So that was like straight up just a lie. And he would like constantly lie about having all these jobs and never did. And like the reason he was like able to put some money down is that he like got like his savings bonds or something and broke that to pay for rent for like the first month, and then got kicked out again. So this would make me so annoyed. So I like all music types, but I lean more towards like indie, electric, soft, lo-fi music. I don't know how to explain it, but he would only listen to like the yeah kind of music, and he thought he was like the best dancer. He would constantly play music. He was like, I don't know how to explain this type of people. There's these types of people that think they're like the hottest people in the entire world, and like they're like, ah, yeah, like kind of shit, you know? And that was him. And there'd be times like we'd be blasting music like in our living room, and he would go and just like stand on top of like the we had like a bar like where you put bar stools, and he like stood on top of that, which was gross by the way. He'd be like, yeah, kind of stuff, and it was awful. And that would just annoy me just because I get annoyed easily. And I was like, you're not cool, like you don't look cool, you look stupid. Everybody in their head is making fun of you right now, like stop. And for my last story of this guy, there's like so much more, but I don't want to get heated and into it. I'm already kind of heated. Okay, I'm gonna give 2 different things. The last story that involved me with him was I felt the need to hide like my like belongings, like my purse and stuff from him, just because I got like weird vibes. And I had like my big purse, I had it in my closet, And in my pocket, in my purse, I had these honey sticks from when like Dalen and I went to the beach. I had these honey sticks and I haven't eaten them yet because it was like earlier in the year and we just got back from the beach or whatever. So I had the honey sticks in the pocket and I knew that they were there. They were the only place in my purse that they would be. And the only way you'd find these honey sticks is if you like opened my purse, opened a zipper pocket. Like you had to be like looking through my purse to find these honey sticks. So one time I was cleaning the bathroom and I went to go like take out the trash that was in the bathroom, and I pulled the trash and behind the trash is like an empty honey stick, and I was like, what the hell? Because I knew this was in my purse. So I see that empty honey stick and I confronted him and I was like, did you eat my honey stick? And he was like, well, I ate one that was laying on the ground. And I was like, laying on the ground, like in my purse in my room? And he was like, no, it was just in the middle of your floor. And I was like, so it was still on my side of the room? And he was like, well, yeah, but I knew it wasn't on my floor. Like I kept my room clean and it was in my purse. And so he like tried to make up this whole lie saying that it was on the floor and he just ate it. And I was like, okay, I know you're lying to me and I know you went through my purse. So that like made me really sketch. So by this point I was like, we need to get him out. Like he's not paying rent. He's going through my stuff, going through my purse, which I have like important like bank information and stuff. So like this is how like we got rid of him for good, but it wasn't us. The management got rid of him. But I guess one time it looked like he was like dealing drugs or something. And I guess like he used to be into dealing. I have no idea, but I'm not down for that. I don't want to be roommates with somebody that was a dealer. But I guess the management saw a video and it looked like he was dealing, so they ended up just like evicting him and said like, if you're gonna come back, we're gonna get you arrested. And so he actually listened, and I don't think he came back. He never came back to our apartment unless he was like sneaking in or like sneaking into the apartment building, but not into like our room, because none of us liked him, so we weren't gonna let him in. But yeah, that's how he like finally got evicted, and I don't know where he's at now. I get text messages from this like company that says like, oh, do you want to make like $15 an hour and do this? Your friend John gave us your number for this like job. Let me know if you're interested. And I've gotten like 3 text messages of that, so that's like weird that he's using my phone number, and I don't know what that's about. And it's probably a big old scam because he is a compulsive liar and probably gonna be a scam artist, and he's just scary. So other than that, like I haven't seen him and I don't know where he's at. And yeah, so that's another shitty roommate situation that I had. And I know, but like I just keep continuing. I like continued to have like issues with this apartment and like roommates and stuff, so like I never recommend it to anybody to live there. And I have even more roommate. I have another roommate issue story. Maybe I'll just make a series of psycho roommates, because from this specific apartment complex I've had many. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the story time, and yeah, see ya.